Hey guys, Gary with Door Closers USA. Today I'm going to show you how to order a replacement commercial steel door. So if you're unfamiliar with commercial doors, they may all look alike, but believe it or not, there are specific hinge locations and lock hole locations that will determine whether it's the correct replacement steel door for your existing door frame. So right here we have a standard 3070 door. This is our entrance light hollow metal door system. So 3070, what that means is the actual inside frame dimension is 36 inches by 84 inches. So as a result, if I were to measure the width of this door and the height, the width of the door is actually 35 3/4 inches. That'll allow an 1/8 inch gap on each side when the door is put within the frame. And then as for the height, we're looking at from the bottom of the door to the top, it's 83 1/8 of an inch. So what that gives us is an 1/8 inch gap between the door and the frame, and then it accommodates for a 1/2 inch threshold at the bottom, an ADA threshold, and then that leaves you with a 1/4 inch gap between the bottom of this door and the bottom of that threshold. So that's the measurements for a standard 36 inch by 84 inch door. Now if you have a 42 inch by 84 inch door, what you're looking at is 41 3/4 inches for the door width. If you have, let's say, a 48 inch by 84, what you're looking at is 47 3/4 inches for the width. As far as heights go, the other common height is a 6'8". What that is that's an 80 inch inside frame height. You'd be looking at 79 1/8 inch for the exact door height. And then if you had an 8 foot tall inside frame opening, or an 8 foot tall door, what you're actually having is a 95 1/8 inch exact door height. So those are kind of the door heights. So if you're on the website, you'll notice that the heights are listed exactly, you know what I mean? So for example, this door on our website is actually listed as 35 3/4 inch by 83 1/8 inch tall. And that's for our door replacements only. So next thing you want to do after you get the width and height is you want to make sure that the door is exactly 1 3/4 inches thick. Commercial doors are, so just measure the thickness of the door. This should be 1 3/4 inches. Most likely it is. And then the second thing is you want to make sure that your lock hole back set is commercial, the commercial 2 3/4 inch standard. So back set, just measure the edge of the door to the center line of this hole, and that should be 2 3/4 inches. And then the most important steps would be the hinge location. So on the back side of this door are 3 hinges for a 7 foot tall door. 6'8" doors have 3 hinges as well. 8 foot doors, you're gonna have 4 hinges. So what you're doing is you're measuring from the top of the door to the top of hinge 1. That's measurement 1. Top of door to top of hinge 2, top of door to top of hinge 3, and so on. Those are the hinge locations. Each manufacturer is different, so you want to match that. If you don't, you'll get a door, you can't hang it within your existing frame. The other thing to do is after you get the hinge locations, what you want to do is now you need to measure the lock hole location, because each manufacturer is also different. So what you want to do is measure from the top of the door to the center line of that lock hole, and that will give you the lock hole location. The last thing you want to check is if you look at the hinge side of the door, it's always smart to make sure that you look for a fire label. So the entrance light door system comes standard with a 3-hour fire label. You guys can see what it looks like here, right here, and then you can see the Warnock-Hersey label. And then you could also see the label here as well with how long, 3-hour. So we offer a 90-minute, 60-minute, 45-minute, 20, or you can do no fire label. But if you do have an existing fire label door, you want to make sure you match that as well, because that's a safety, that's there for safety. So let's go ahead and put this back here. And if you guys have any other modification, let's say your existing door has a vision light window in it, we can accommodate that as well. We would just need to know what size window you have, and then we can cut it out for you. Another common modification is Maybe there is no lock hole here, it's blank because it's a rim panic device. We could do that as well, so you don't always have to have this lock hole. Or maybe you have a deadbolt. Maybe it's like 4 inches above this hole. You have another hole for a deadbolt, so we could accommodate that as well. All this is available at doorclosersusa.com, guys. Thanks for watching.